Internet, and welcome back to Contact. We are here at our drilling base. I've done a little bit of off-screen drilling so that we can start this episode off with some, I guess, real base building. So if we look in the inventory here, you can see I have a bunch of stone continually in the refinery. That's because the drill is full of stone. That is because the drill is way down there. So I sent the drill a plunging into the earth, drilled through the hole we created earlier, then brought it back up, added more pistons, kept it going. I think... Yeah, so I'm on the last downward piston, then I have this whole upper piston worth of push. So I have basically a piston and a half now left to go down before I'd add more. But we've also... Yeah, we've got 8k iron, which honestly isn't that much for for the depth we've gone, but that's what happens with stone. So yeah, we've got a bunch of junk. We've got some more still in the assembler. And I think priority-wise, my first step should be to get a full-on assembler and refinery. I think that'll give me, full production capacity here at my base. Probably I will need more power generation as well. Then after that, I think I'll focus on either a mining ship. I think I have some ideas on how to create an effective mining machine, so those will come later. But for now, let's go ahead, move as much of this as I can into there. Well, I'll take the gravel even though I don't want it. Oh, okay, and the assembler is full. I did already make one gravel dump over here by the gravel tree, which is what this tree is now, I suppose. It does kind of look like it's dying compared to the one next to it. Don't think gravel's that bad. Drop the rest of that back in there. How is my drill? Okay, my drill is now empty. So how I've sort of been doing the pushes. There it is. So I set the pistons going to pretty slow with the drill just running. Once the drill fills up, I would turn them off, then turn them on once the drill is empty, because the drill fills faster than the refinery can process. I'll probably... Yep. We've now ticked over to where we're filling the drill. But that meant I didn't need any sort of cargo system on here. I could just let the system go for a bit, keep watching it. I was, watching YouTube videos in the background, so it didn't really matter to me. And that is at distance. I probably don't need to be doing this, because realistically I have enough to get started, I think. But there we go. -0.1. Main drill starts pushing. I might as well at least get the full piston length out of this system. And then I have a bunch of stuff. I'll be able to build everything I want to build. My hope is to not have too many iterations of base. I'm hoping this first one I can lay out in a way that I'll be able to work with long term. Still make it look good. So I'm thinking my plan for a base here is to build sort of a compound on this hill. So to start that, I'm just gonna place some blocks out until they become flush with the ground, which I'm kind of judging the slope. It looks like it slopes up that way, so Probably don't want to go too far that way. I mean, those blocks are there. There is a slight issue of once I weld this up, I'm pretty sure. Let's do some science. Yeah. Grassy metal isn't quite what I'm looking for. Okay, so maybe I don't go all the way in. Oh. Very soft metal, apparently, because I left a boot print on it. Oh. There we go. Yeah, I don't think I want to be building this awkwardly. Oh, also something... There was an update just before I started recording, a little, you know, patch type deal. Apparently the unknown signal color is teal now, which is a little more pleasant than the green. Yeah, it stands out, but not as dramatically. So that's fun. I don't know if that's, you know, real or just some weird quirk that's developed in my save, but now I can, if I decide, well, if the grass really bothers me, I can go under and basically drill that ground. But I don't want to do a bunch of unnecessary drilling. It sort of feels like if I'm drilling under, it starts making me think, oh, well, do I want to build like some sort of basement? Do I want to keep drilling down? And no. My goal here is I don't want to be underground. I also don't think I need to be this far out. I want this to be a sort of above ground, pleasant place to be. So with the drill as the center, I'm going 4 blocks over. Whoop. Center's there, so 4 blocks that way. I'm not above ground. I suppose I should also mention my sort of long-term plans. Currently, of course, I am here on Earth, like, enjoying that. And I don't want to build, like, just some... Yeah, I could probably just go straight to building a spaceship and leaving if I really wanted. But I want to build a nice base down here. Feel like I have a good established home. Then I plan on going up into space and building there. So this is going to be a long-term base in concept, but I'm not necessarily going to be staying here the entire playthrough. In fact, I know I'm not. Yeah, this feels like a decent surface to get started. Should have plenty of room and I can build up a sort of building out of it. Next step, I think, now that I've got this laid out, I need to plan where I actually want some of this stuff. And I'm thinking, so the best views are this way, because you get the lake in the distance, you got some nice trees. I think maybe if I build my sort of refinery equipment stuff back here, that'll be good. Maybe on this higher corner, because then I can have a little like garage area too for a rover. So we've got this industrial refinery, and then the industrial assembler. I could... How weird will this get? So if I put them essentially in the wall, I can then have all of the production, like, upgrade stuff sticking out, and that'll make some nice greebles. What's this? Yeah, this all... It'll all still be enclosed from the inside. And, of course, it was easy to place. Yeah, I like that. That gives then most of this area could be that garage space. Oh, something else I'll need to consider is I'm going to need storage, cargo space. Where could that live? So I've got all this area. This stuff will, of course, be moving. And I did sort of envision a, multi-story building. So maybe the cargo container ends up here, off one side. I could have sort of a multi-story living area. That feels pretty good. And then I have some piping running around and a reason to... I don't know. I don't know if having reasons for pipes is that thrilling, but I think it could be a nice addition. So, large cargo. We'll have it like that, and it'll be partially in the... Oh. I barely had enough room for that. It'll be partially in the ground here. So I have fairly easy access. Then we'll use the reinforced conveyors facing outside, which I'm out of metal for. I guess it'll... I don't know if it'll look good, but I think it'll add a bit more interesting detail. And it'll also make it fairly easy from inside if I want to put another cargo access point in, because I have basically that entire wall. Now, the drill is in an interesting spot, being, dead center of the base. I betcha I can turn this back on. I do plan, not even on moving. I'm probably, after this finishes, just going to get rid of it. And then I have a nice pit in the base if I want to pit for anything. But it'll mean that this whole middle area is open for whatever I want. And I could, if I needed to, maybe expand the cargo out further. The one large cargo is usually enough. So that's done. Let's get these things built. And then we can, well, get everything set up and working. While I'm at it, I need batteries. I think maybe I'll put the batteries in here. We'll just have those 3 in position and ready. My thought is, because this lower wall can't have any sort of window on it, I might as well use this area as sort of an interior, sort of like workshop, extra storage. This whole first level will be pretty unthrilling, I guess. And then all the living stuff can be in an interesting shape above. Oh. Oops. That's something I didn't think about. I do need a bit of cobalt for this, and I've not found any yet. Right. Well, while it produces stuff, I'm not going to be able to get to that. I guess I'll just go flitting around and see if I can't find cobalt. And check some of the stuff out here on the lake first. Just to see if I get lucky. So there are no trees over here. Kind of weird. Oh no, there they are. Alright. We've got ice, magnesium, more ice, yes. Silicon. Okay. So it's looking like mostly silicon. And there was magnesium. Yeah, not too thrilling. Okay, there's some more markings. Ooh. Haha. There's some cobalt. Let's make a quick GPS. I'm just gonna get probably like one suit full. Should be enough, hopefully. If not, I know where to come, but... Oh. Interesting. So there's another thing about a field research outpost. I do wonder if some of these things out here are... if there's anything else to do with them aside from see them. Because they are notably, not hostile. Which means in theory, you can just walk right up to them and check them out. It would be nice if they worked sort of like... I need to increase the antenna range on my base here. Yeah, it would be nice if they worked like trade stations where you could, like, trade with them and get missions and all that. I've sort of always thought that the economy trade stations would be much better if they weren't, shielded and basically impervious to threat. It makes some sense, especially on a server where you need somewhere that's basically free for multiple players to interact safely. But for any sort of single player or game where you aren't dealing with people as your main threat, it would be nice to have the option to engage with them and maybe give them turrets and have drones and stuff. I'm hoping that's what some of this stuff is. Did I get... Oh. I just mined stone and got no actual cobalt. Great. Well, I got a bunch of ice at least. Yeah, hopefully these things are more complex encounters once I go to check them out. I was just thinking about how this could be a potentially bad design for base, given its potential easiness to attack. It's something kind of nice about this that I've not gotten in any sort of a series I've run before. In other series, I knew I was going to get attacked because I'd put mods in to make it happen, to add, drama and interest. And even if I'd sort of played it off like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen, I did. I made the mods. So it's nice not, like, legitimately not knowing. I don't know if, there are threats that could come after me. I don't know if I need defenses. I don't know what all is, potentially at risk. And I think that's part of what's making this so fun. I forgot how painfully slow cobalt is. How much do I need? Okay, I only need 26. I'm almost there, so I should just be able to drag this stuff over and... Yep. Now I don't care how long it takes because I'll just, get rid of it. Oh, and that's another issue. Part of why it's taking so long. I still don't have enough power to run both of these. Let me check. This was something I was going to ignore from the comments section, but... So 280... No. Regardless of what I do, I've been told that I could optimize my wind stick further by making it a longer wind stick, but I don't care that much. I do need more power though, but I think the max it can go is like 440 kilowatts or something, they said, and I need 500 something. So I need 2 unoptimal wind sticks. Where do I want to do that? Now that it's gotten dark and hard to see the big picture of things. So my plan for the base is that way looking out, I will have you know, upper living area. What I may do is back here. I don't know. We'll see how the shape in my head translates into the in-game shape. But I'm thinking we have a garage area here for rovers. The back of the garage is this stuff just exposed. Coming up, I could maybe do... So I'll have this walkway going out. I could have a line going back that way of power stuff that I get to by walking through this. Maybe I have it go back that way off the corner. Yeah, I think I'll go this way. Because it's lower ground, which makes sense for getting more optimum wind clearance. And eventually I can have like maybe a little shuttle landing pad coming off up here that sticks out this way. So I think the sticking everything off this way makes sense. Oh, it does mean... Well, it means that I need parts I don't have because I'm building giant things. It's dark anyway, I may just muddle through this, but... Oh. Speaking of, now the night sun has popped out briefly, so... It's not dark in a weird, awkward way. Yeah, I'll just let this chug along. My battery actually should be... Yeah, so I don't have a power issue because the battery will be taking up the slack. I don't know why these things stopped earlier then. Anyway, I guess I could too. Right? Yeah, my drill is now empty. I could break down the drill for its resources. Also, well, I'm awkwardly stuck in this tunnel. I'm too close to use build vision. I'll bring it all up. That way it's easier to get to. Yeah, I think just for the heck of it, I'll go after the unknown signal. Unfortunately, it's too dark to really see ore spots. But this could be a good way to get a little bit of scouting done. I do like to when I'm playing and don't necessarily... Oh, God, trees. When I don't know where I want to go, I usually will use the unknown signals as sort of a, decision maker. Of, well, if I go to the unknown signal, I'm scouting out that area. Ooh. Okay, interesting. I have... Does that... Okay, that goes away and I'm not looking at it. That, I think, was maybe 2 updates. I forget when that was added, the unclaimed blocks. I think this warning is more recent. It has been a... Whoops. It has been a while since I've actually played survival. I don't really look at many unclaimed grids in... Alright. Bam. Oh. I've unlocked blocks from building the assembler. Alright. So that's a full-scale production suite built. Now, next, just for ease, I'm going to get this queued up. Then I'll worry about connecting them together. Because I am at the point now where it would be handy to have a storage place to put all the junk in my inventory. Oh, I may have all the stuff for that, I just can't build it because I have so much junk. Stop pulling stuff for that because I don't need it anymore. I can place steel in all of these. I guess that is a downside of using these reinforced conveyors, is they need more material. fact, hold on a second. Where are these guys? Oh, it's literally... So a reinforced conveyor takes all the parts of a normal conveyor with steel slapped on each side. That's interesting. So it would be slightly cheaper to build with these. The realization I had was my plan is to have this area in here probably be 2 blocks high, and then have a floor and then whatever I build above. If this is gonna all be sort of industrial area anyway, maybe I have these pipes exposed running around the ceiling, and they just dip into armored conveyors at the walls that stick in. I like that better. It is going to create an awkward situation, though, where I have... Oh, I have a ton of steel plate, but I know how to get rid of that. Weld up all the steel. Oh. Yeah, this shouldn't cause an issue. I want that open because that needs to be a upgrade module eventually. I am gonna do a little stuff saving trick in here. Make my floors out of half slopes, just because they're slightly less to weld up. I'm not gonna be seeing any of it. And actually, that may work for the roof in here too, because then it'll be sort of this, you know, raised, interesting something. So it'll be 2.5 blocks high ceilings. Though, no, probably don't. I probably don't want that for lighting. I may use interior blocks. Which makes me want to use interior blocks in here. The pains of planning. I'll leave those 3 because they're welded already. So we'll have our armored conveyors there that sort of cover the fact that there are pipes. Then I need interior plate. Oh, but I guess let's use what we can in here first, and then we'll deal with the rest. Oh, I was wondering why none of the queuing was going in. It's because it's all going into the industrial assembler. Is there a way? Yeah, there's not a convenient button from in there. I mean, I guess I have to manually ferry it across, but I can just start using this one. It probably makes more sense anyway. Assuming I can power it. So I guess we'll see about that. How much? Nope, I can't power that with my measly thing. Okay. Change of priorities. I no longer need this stuff, so I'm just going to tear it all down and build out my power system. Which means I need that. And hopefully that'll be good. And I may take some stuff out of all this other junk to make that work. So I'm going to eventually want yield modules on here. And then off those yield modules, I can't place anything because I don't have the parts for it. So we take those parts, whoops, out of that. Let's take it back so I remember what's supposed to go there. Yeah, so along here, my plan is to have a catwalk running along this. Mainly for looks, but it'll be there. And then at various points along, I have it grounded. And then it goes up to a turbine. Okay, so that's 8 blocks above the ground. There's also a distance the turbines need to be away from each other. I can't remember what that is. So I'll just go 6 blocks. Yeah, that should be good. Then, because this is the big grandiose final one, we'll use these fancy big turbines. They may need to be further apart. Yeah, we'll find out. I also don't know... Okay, it looks like they do take the same stuff, which is good. Okay. Why isn't it spinning? Have I goofed up? Is this somehow not a static grid? Nope, it is static. Okay, it has none wind clearance. Is this somehow... What's in the ground? This has to be static, even if it's not this grid. Okay, and normal wind turbine doesn't work either. Does a normal wind turbine work? Did they just break wind turbines? That would be inconvenient. No, that one works. Okay, so it's something... Something weird with this system. I guess. So maybe instead of having a long wind tower out, maybe I just kind of do it off, like I can do it off the corners of the building. And I'll just put that into my design. So whatever I do, so I'll have those 4 come up. And then 4 towers and that guy. Yeah, and that works. I don't know what was wrong with this system. That seemed janky. Because part of it was in the ground. It had to be, even if it wasn't connected as a grid, it had to be, you know, workable. I mean, can I do this? Will this work? Yeah, that works. Just a weird, just a free-floating... I think that was just weird jank. But, oh well. I like this plan better. So hopefully I only need the 2 of these things. Maybe 4 at the most. If I decide I do need more power, there is an ice lake over there, and I have some plans for setting up a separate but connected base for ice fuel. Hold on. Now this one stopped working. Okay. I think... Right, if I build a second one here... and it doesn't work. I think they've somehow broken it. Something's broken to where you can only have 1 wind turbine on a grid at once. For some reason, I can't have two of them. When this one over here was running, I built one over there. It didn't work. I just replaced these two, built that one first. It starts working. This one doesn't. So you can no longer... I doubt that's intentional. I hope that's not intentional, because that's a problem. But yeah, apparently you can only have one wind turbine at the moment. That's interesting. I may just ignore that for now. That one, it is, I'll note too, it's 8 blocks up in the air, from the ground. I think, when I checked, it's only producing 370, with optimal clearance. So, I mean, I guess building a little higher, the one I had, would have helped, but I think part of it just has to do with, in storms they produce more, in fog they produce less. I think my previous wind turbine was decently optimal. If that is a permanent change, I'm going to have to plan out, and essentially I'll just need more power sources, and I'll have to hope that I can use multiple power sources. Because there's every chance that, like, with that running, maybe I can't run an engine or a solar panel. I don't know how that works. It could be kind of interesting to need, like, you need multiple sources of energy, or you need a more complex system. Like, I could go out and build actual... now I'm excited about this potential bug. I could go out and build, like, freestanding wind towers out along the countryside that I have to go and connect to with, like, have a battery shunting vehicle where I can go pick up a battery and move it over and plug it into my base. Again, I don't think this is intended. It doesn't make much sense for space engineers, but that could be kind of a fun engineering challenge. Well, we now have connected, things. We have a full refinery and assembler with a pipe connecting all the way back to the cargo container. I guess we don't have a med kit yet, or med bay, I guess, would be the next step. O2H2 gen is still on the little thing. but we're making good progress. Plans for next week, I think we'll go ahead and build a mining machine so we can go out and gather more real ores and we have somewhere to process them. We may also try and figure out more power. That's going to be big. Hopefully I can build more wind turbines. If not, I'm going to be, I guess, building solar panels and engines, and I'll have a whole big mess of power generation junk. But that'll all come in the future. So for now, thank you everybody so much for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more, or just, check out my channel, watch some stuff. Until next week, bye bye.